Ok, ¿cómo está? Soy el abogado de inmigración, Andrew Hawley. It's a las 5 en la noche en 17 de noviembre. Este viernes. This is Andrew Hawley, immigration attorney. I'm going to be talking about DACA. Voy a hablar sobre soñadores, la programa de soñadores DACA in este video. So it's más o menos everybody who's in DACA probably speaks English because you have to be a student, you have to be at least 17, you have to be at least 16, you have to enter before you turn 16. So this video is primarily for pochos, or not pochos, but children of immigrants or immigrants who came here when they're young. So we're going to do this in English. But if you want to know what we're talking about, then ask your kid who is in DACA. So we're going to be talking about DACA today. Now, to review, DACA is the program for students. DACA is the program for people who were brought to the United States before they turned 16, came to the United States before 2007, were in school, and who haven't had any problems with the police. You get a work permit that's good for 2 years. You're allowed to stay in the program. Obama announced it in 2012, and it's a great program. And then Trump, on September 5th, 2017, about 2 months ago, canceled the program. But the program wasn't canceled immediately. The program was canceled, and what he did is he said, if your DACA expires between October 5th, 2017 and March 5th, 2018, you can apply to renew your DACA one last time. Anybody whose DACA expires either before October 5th, 2017 or after March 5th, 2018, you're not allowed to renew DACA, and you lose your status. But anybody in that window for the next 6 months, October 5th, 2017 to March 5th, 2018, you can renew your DACA. And so it was one last chance. You had to pay $500. You get a work permit one last time, and you get to stay in the United States. And you get the legal status. After that, you lose your legal status. Anybody who renewed it got legal status until 2019, somewhere in 2019, maybe 2020 if it took a while for immigration to renew it. Now, I've been doing DACA renewals for years. I've been doing DACA renewals for free in my office for years. It's not that big of a deal. It takes only 10, 15 minutes to renew the DACA. It's no big deal for me. It's not that hard of a form. It's probably one of the easiest forms to fill out, one of the easiest programs to apply for immigration. It's only 8 pages. A lot of it's just changing names, addresses, dates of birth. Everything else kind of stays the same. Gives me a chance to goof off with the kids, with the high schoolers, ask them, so what's going on Snapchat these days? Where, how's your football team doing? All sorts of goofy stuff, and we get them in and out of here. And I've done. I could show you on my computer, but I have, in the last 3 years, I've done about 120 DACA renewals. Okay, I've got 100 different clients. Then many of those I've done those multiple times. It's not a big deal. I'm not trying to say everybody, look what I do. It's not that big of a deal. I've probably spent a total of 40 hours, 50 hours renewing DACA over the past 3 years. Not a big deal. Now, when this deadline came up, immigration said that they had to receive the application by October 5th, 2017. Immigration had to receive it. You couldn't mail it by October 5th. You couldn't mail it after October 5th. Immigration had to receive it at one of their locations by October 5th, 2017. That's a common thing. And so it was very important to renew it and to mail it off in time, on time, with days ahead to spare. Now, going back to all the DACA renewals, I had never had a DACA renewal denied for a reason that I made a mistake on. Sometimes a kid had a little bit of a problem with the police between their first DACA and their second DACA renewal, their first DACA when they initially applied for it, and the second DACA when they were renewing it. Sometimes they had a little problem with the police, sometimes they didn't tell me, sometimes they couldn't get the police report and it was denied for some other reason that didn't really have to do with me. But it's not that hard, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of crazy that I heard people were charging $500 to renew DACA, but that's a different problem. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've done 120 DACA renewals in the past 3 years. And when the deadline came up, I did some immigration clinics here at my office. I had some open houses. On September 12th, September 19th, and September 3rd. I think either way, I open my office on Saturday mornings from 8 to noon, 3 different times on a Saturday, so that kids could come into my office and renew their DACA application with me at my office. Again, it was the same deal. You know, it's only 8 pages in total, 8 to 10 pages. It only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. I get to sit here, talk with a kid, ask them how they're doing, and they feel good renewing it with an attorney. And they feel comfortable and they feel good and relaxed. Okay, I got somebody who's done 120 of them before and who knows what they're doing. And I was doing it for free. I told them to come with $500 or $495 to be exact to renew the DACA. Come in with your old work permit, come in with your old approval notice, and we can knock this puppy out and get it done with. The difference in this situation in the deadline renewals was there were 2 kind of differences. One, this was their last chance. This was the last DACA that was going to be done. And if something got goofed up on this one, they weren't going to get DACA. So if they got denied, they were going to lose their legal status forever in the United States, according to Trump's laws. 2 was the other more important thing, which is the deadline. And it had to be in the mail by many days ahead of time. Well, I'd show you on my computer, I'm looking at my computer, the list of my DACA renewals and all the files and folders. I did 120 DACA renewals before this deadline, before the announcement on September 5th by Jeff Sessions. That guy's a real POS. And then I did DACA deadline renewals, and I did what looks to be 27 DACA deadline renewals. Okay, so between the announcement on September 5th, let's see on my calendar, it was September 9th, September 16th, September 23rd. I don't think I opened my office, no, I did September 16th, September 23rd, and September 30th. Saturdays, I did 3 of them. And over those 3 Saturdays, and including a few on the weekdays, I did 27 DACA renewals. Same application, same form, same questions, same everything, same work permit, same process. And in those 27, of those 27 that I mailed, 4 or 5 got sent back and denied. That's incredible. That's a 5th of them got denied. Even though I had done 120 in the past 3 years, and none of them got denied. And why did they get denied? Because supposedly they got received by immigration after September 5th, or more specifically on September 6th. Now I have some examples right here. Now I can't share you their names and I can't put it exactly on video, but I have here an application for a young man who had DACA before, and I did this for him and I did this at my office, and he came in with everything that he needed, and we have the date that he came into my office on September 22nd, okay? He signed the application on September 22nd. I have what he had DACA, and it was valid, and it was going to expire February 10th, 2018. So he came in, I did the DACA application with him, I did it for him, it was no big deal, we knocked it out, we goofed off, we talked about football and girls, and we put it in the mail. And it shows that that the post office received it on October 2nd. Now typically it should take just a few days after we put it in the mail for immigration to receive it. Now the Sacramento Distribution Center of the United States Postal Service says that they received it on October 2nd. But we know recent news reports have said that the U.S. Postal Service received an inundation of applications at the last minute. And that's corroborated with other immigration facts that have come out that show that 150,000 people applied to renew DACA in this last minute deadline. And 4,000 were denied for being late. But the Postal Service has admitted that they were receiving DACA applications, that they were inundated with DACA applications. They were inundated with mail at that last minute at their distribution centers that matched up with the immigration distribution centers. This one, how do we mail it on September 22nd or shortly after September 22nd and it takes 10 days for the Postal Service to put it with immigration. And then immigration says that they received it on October 10th, 2017. So more than 2 weeks after we put in the mail, that's how long it took for us to, from our office to immigration's office, 2 weeks. That's unheard of. But more generally, or more generically, or more fitting with the trend is this example. I've got two other examples. Two other young men who applied to renew it with me. This young man, he is 27 years old. He had DACA. His DACA was set to expire January 14, 2018. He came to my office, and his signature on the DACA renewal application is September 17th, 2017. So that's about 3 weeks before the deadline. A little over 2 weeks before the deadline, just about 3 weeks before the deadline for immigration to receive it. He came to my office and he mailed it off. He completed the application with me on September 17th. That suggests that we mail it shortly after September 17th. Then this is incredible. On some of these denials, immigration sent us back the application with the envelope showing when the Postal Service received it and when immigration received it. But this is incredible. We mailed it September 17th. That's when his signature was. Or it was put in the mail September 17th. Or maybe even September 18th. September 18th. In the application, you have to mail a money order or a check. And this is the money order. This is the receipt. This is the money order. Now, in his handwriting, it says U.S. Department of Homeland Security, because that's who the check goes to. And then it has his name, and it has the amount for $495. And he wrote that on there. But somebody opened the envelope, immigration, because that's what they do, that's what their job is. They're supposed to open it, because that's how they receive it, and that's how they check it. And they stamp U.S. Department of Homeland Security, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, with a standard rubber stamp. They received that. But then somebody wrote in ink with a pen on here, $495, and then it says 09/25/17. That stands for September 25th, 2017. When do you think they wrote? Why do you think they wrote that? Because that's the day that they received it. When do you think that they received it? September 25th, 2017. So immigration received the envelope, opened it, processed it, opened up the envelope, wrote on the check September 25th, 2017, and then what day does then this is a receipt notice and a notice from immigration saying that they're denying it because they received it too late. When did they deny it? When did they claim to have received it? They claimed to have received it on October 6th, 2017, the day after the deadline. So they're claiming that it took them from September 17th to October 6th, 3 weeks for immigration to receive the application. When we see here this handwriting, which I didn't do, my client, because I have no reason to do that, my client didn't do, why would he write in pen $495 on a money order that already says $495 on it? It makes no sense. And Safeway doesn't do that. The post office doesn't do that. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And then I have another one here that says that this is another one that we received. This is another denial notice saying that immigration received it too late. Here's the envelope that it was mailed in, September 28th, 2017. So a little closer to the deadline, about a week before the deadline. It was received at the Sacramento United States Postal Service Distribution Center. And it was received on that day. But then it says it was denied because it was received October 6th, 2017. Again, 1 day late. The day after the deadline. Now, there was a deposition, so DACA was canceled, but immigration attorneys and other attorneys are suing the United States Immigration and the United States Immigration Services and Department of Homeland Security. They're suing it because they're claiming that DACA was denied improperly. And I hope they win. That would be awesome if they win, because DACA is a great program and kids should not be punished for their parents bringing them into the United States. DACA generates $400 million $800 million in revenue in the United States. It's a great program. It's crazy that they cancel it. So I hope they win this lawsuit. But what happened during this lawsuit is they questioned the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services Director. And it turns out that they found out that 4,000 DACA applications have been denied. And many of these on October 5th had been sitting in the United States Immigration Service receipt lockbox, mailbox. The Postal Service had delivered it, and it was sitting in the mailbox of USCIS. It was sitting there. So it had been received by the evening of October 5th, 2017. But like you and me, when we go to the post office, when we go to our mailbox, sometimes we go to the mailbox the next day. And Immigration opened up its mailbox the next morning on October 6th, 2017, and all these envelopes were sitting in there. Well, because Immigration opened the mailbox door to open up all the applications to get all the envelopes out on October 6th, 2017, they said, whoop, sorry, it's October 6th, 2017. We received it on October 6th, 2017. No, bullshit. They received it on October 5th, 2017, and Immigration is just getting creative and saying, oh, we received it too late. Moreover, my forms, my applications that I think that I got suggest that they received it before October 5th, 2017. This one suggests that it was received September 25th, 2017, which is crazy. Why did this happen? Would this have happened under Obama? No. Would this have happened under the first Bush? No. Would this have happened under Clinton? No. This is Trump, and this is that idiot, that bald guy, that young bald guy from Santa Monica who used to be the secretary of, or deputy for Jeff Sessions. I forget him. The real racist one, with that stupid look on his face. I forget his name. Somebody who's watching this, tell me on the video. Anyway, how do I do 120 of these over the past 3 years without a single one getting denied? Not because I'm great or anything, but because it's easy. And then I do 27 in a short time span, and 4 of them come back denied. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Well, it turns out that Immigration realized that they made a huge mistake. They realized, oh shit, we denied all these applications incorrectly. Somebody who was in charge was being a real a-hole, and we better fix this. So United States, USCIS, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, came out yesterday and did a big announcement yesterday that said, if you mailed your DACA application to renew your DACA before the deadline, and it was denied because we claimed that we received it too late, if you can do it again and try it again and mail it to us again with proof that you mailed it on time and that we received it on time, then we will process it and renew it. So here, it's crazy. Obama announces DACA, great program. Trump cancels DACA, says that there's a deadline to receive the DACA applications, but cancels DACA, sets a deadline for it. People mail it by the deadline. Immigration denies the renewals because they claim that they received it too late, even though they didn't. People get pissed off. They sue the United States government. So the United States government, Immigration, Department of Homeland Security, Immigration Services, Citizenship and Immigration Services. Whoops, sorry, we messed up on our cancellation. We messed up on our denial when you guys were mailing by the cancellation. Our fault, we'll fix it. No shit, it was your fault. No shit. And people wonder, when applications get sent back to me, when I'm doing a green card or a citizenship or some sort of work permit renewal or something, and it gets sent back to me and they get a letter in the mail saying, I paid you, the letter comes back to them and it comes back to me and it says it was denied, here's your money back, you have to do it again. My clients, rightfully so, understandably, they get pissed off at me because they say, we paid you good money to do this for us. We could have tried to do it on our own. We paid you so that this wouldn't happen, and yet now this happens. And I say to them, as I've said to them before, as I say now, look at what I have to deal with. So you guys pay me so that you don't have to deal with these headaches and you don't have to deal with these nightmares and you don't have to wrestle with the federal United States government, which I have to do, which I don't know why I signed up for this job sometimes, but I have whiskey and tequila and it gets me by. Anyway, moral of the story is I knew that there was something wrong when these DACA applications came back denied. I knew that there was something fishy going on. How do these 4 DACA renewals get mailed at different times, mailed 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, 10 days before, 5 days before? How do they all get labeled that they all were received on October 6th? That's ridiculous. I feel bad because these kids put their trust in me, and they respect me and they trust me, and they put their life and their legal status in my hands for something that was pretty easy for me. And now they think that I messed up, and they're pissed off. I get it. Immigration says that they're going to fix it. They are fixing it. They made the announcement yesterday morning. That was November 16th, 2017. That's all we have is the announcement so far. I've been busy all day. I'm a busy guy. But check your USCIS.gov website for news. I'm checking right now. They strengthen refugee screening. That's great. It's all bullshit. I'm looking at now, read news on presidential actions on DACA. Read the announcement for deferred action. There's going to be updates. There's going to be news. I don't see anything really new, but there was yesterday, some news came out at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Stay posted. Now, if you that are watching did DACA with me and you got a denial notice, you know who you are, give me a call. We're going to stay on this. I'm not going to stop until all these are done. Even if this lawsuit does not fix the DACA denials, we'll sue again. There'll be another lawsuit. And then more importantly, and hopefully, Congress will change DACA, or will renew DACA, or will bring DACA back to life, and it will be created and changed into a pathway to a green card, which would be awesome. So I feel bad for you guys who got canceled. I've had to have some real tough face-to-face appointments with these kids who put their trust in me, these young men, and they trust me, and they came to the right place because I know what I'm doing. And when they all got denied, they were pissed off at me, and I get it. I understand why. And I hope they don't feel, I hope they come back, and I'm going to give them a call. But anybody out there who is watching, if you did DACA renewals on your own, if you tried it on your own, it's no big deal. It's if you speak English and if you're educated, if you're not afraid of filling out forms so you can follow instructions, it's not that hard. DACA is the easiest thing to do. That's why I do it for free. But if you guys did it on your own and it got denied because immigration said that they received it too late, give me a call, come back to my office, we'll talk about it, and I'll fire it off for you and we'll get it done. Now, immigration hasn't outlined the specific details. They just gave some broad strokes I described earlier. But give me a call, we'll figure it out, we'll fix it. I'm not going to stop until this is fixed. You guys shouldn't stop, you should not rest. The other thing that I want to repeat to you guys again is this. Kids keep coming to my office. Crazy. I mean, how many Facebook shares and videos and likes and announcements and posts and clinics do I have to do? Kids keep coming to my office for this past, since the deadline was over on October 5th. I've had like 5 kids come to my office and say, yeah, I forgot to do DACA. I should have done it. I didn't know you were doing it. I didn't know you were doing it for free. I let DACA expire. I didn't know that was canceled, or I heard it was canceled, but I didn't know what to do. I said, aren't you guys liking my Facebook page? Aren't you clicking like? Aren't you watching my videos? Aren't you following? Aren't you sharing? Please. If they had known, they would have come to my office and we would have renewed it. Even kids who knew me and who I had done DACA with before. Well, anyway, if their DACA has been canceled, or if they had DACA and DACA has been canceled, a lot of them are married to U.S. citizens, and that's good. Advanced parole is over, so you can't go back to Mexico with permission and then come back in and then do a green card and go to the interview here in the United States. You have to do a waiver. If you have DACA, you probably entered illegally. If you entered illegally and nobody older than you ever petitioned for you when you were a kid, and now you're married to a U.S. citizen, your U.S. citizen husband or wife can petition for you, but you still have to go back to Mexico for an interview at Ciudad Juarez. You don't get to go where you want to choose, like advanced parole, you have to go to Ciudad Juarez, and you have to go there for 5 to 10 days. And you have to do a waiver, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a big process. It's expensive. It's complicated. It's not too risky because everything is pre-approved in the United States. If you do all your background checks, you do your FBI and your fingerprints and your FOIAs before you go, you won't have any problems. And you have to do it with a good attorney, somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who's done it before. I think I know of somebody. Anyway, that program is still available. It's the waiver program. It's the I-601A, provisional unlawful presence for provisional unlawful hardship waiver for unlawful presence. It's late. I'm sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. And it's available. And people have been coming in and saying, hey, DACA's over. Now I guess I'm married to my U.S. citizen. How do I fix my papers? I say, well, we can try this. And it's available now. It'll be available in the future. It was available in the past. I've done it many times. No big deal. But it's expensive, complicated, long, hard process. But I've been telling people again, wait. Let's wait. Let's hope and pray that Congress changes DACA, renews DACA, brings DACA back to life, and turns it into a green card program. So let's sit tight for the next 4 to 5 months, because Trump said, I'm canceling DACA, but we're going to take a look at it in 6 months. Hopefully Congress will do something in the next 6 months. If Congress doesn't do anything in the next 6 months, I'll do something about it. Well, we can't, I don't know that I believe him. I don't know that I would bet money that I believe he's going to do what he says he's going to do. But I have been saying, let's wait and see. Let's see if he actually changes it, renews it, brings it back to life. Because if he does, you should do it. And if you've started the waiver program for going back to Mexico, and then they announced this new DACA program, you're going to have to say, well, sorry, Andrew, I want to change gears. Let's change gears. Let's do this DACA renewal program. Let's do DACA green card program. Let's do that. I'm going to say, okay, but I can't get you your money back. I can't get you your filing fees back. You're going to waste it all. So I've been telling people, let's wait. The waiver program, the going to Mexico, going to Ciudad Juarez, I-601A program will still be there. But let's wait, let's hope, let's pray that in 4 months they come out with a new green card program for DACA kids. Oh, I've been talking nonstop. How long have I been talking? I'm a lawyer. That's why I tell people, I say I'm a lawyer. We love talking. And anybody knows, well, I don't know, I don't talk as much as I used to, but I still talk a lot. Anyway, hope you like this video. Hope it's informative. Questions, problems, concerns, give me a call. My consultations are always free. 530-715-2300. Write me an email, write me on Facebook, message me. Please like this video, please share the video, please like my page, please share my page. Just trying to help you kids out, and hope you all have a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good, it's Thanksgiving, there's a lot to be thankful for. In spite of Trump, we've gotten through this past year together. We're going to get through it again. We're going to get through this Trump administration. Stay strong, stay smart. Please don't text on your phone or play with your Snapchat while you're driving kids. It's really crazy. Be good to your wives and your husbands, and give me a call if anybody has any problems, concerns, questions, ideas. And also, I've been getting photos from people of buses or of a gray Ford Explorer, saying, "Is this immigration?" Everybody says the message is me. I heard immigration was in Red Bluff today. I heard immigration was in Orville. I heard they're going to be visiting offices in Chico today. What do you know? And they say, and what I say what I always say: take a picture. It's not that hard. Pull over, circle back around. I know I just said don't drive with your cameras out, but circle back around, pull over, pull out your phone, pull out your camera, take a picture, and message me on Facebook. It's not that hard. And we'll see if it's true. Give me the time, the place, the date. Well, I mean, when you send it, of course, I'll get it, but, you know, say where you think you saw them, send me a photo, and I'll say, well, it looks good, or it doesn't look good, yeah, maybe. And then we will put it on Facebook, and we'll get the news out, and you guys can share it and spread it. We should not have immigration arresting anybody at their houses. They're going to be knocking on doors. Again, they were going to do a huge operation earlier this I think it was in August. But then the hurricanes came through in Houston. They thought, okay, it's not a good time for immigration to be doing raids. But that news broke about a week before they were going to do the raids. So if there's any raids, we need to find out about it as soon as we can, so we can spread the word as soon as we can, so we can tell people to lock their doors, turn out the lights, no, don't answer the door, don't talk to them through the door, don't ask them to slide anything, just hide, run, get off the roads, and stay safe. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.